Human life does not stand a chance without water. Water is life. When the wells run dry, death floods in, drowning not just human life, but also every living organism. It has not rained in Kor for the past 2 years. The rainy seasons came and went, leaving the region in the unrelenting grip of a devastating drought. The water reserves have dried up one after the other, and the people are on the move, several kilometers each day through the hostile and life-threatening desert in search of the elusive yet life-preserving water. Kor, meaning white rock, is a desolate desert in the northern frontier region of Kenya, and a 2-hour drive through the desert, taking a deviation at Laisamis from the main road going to Marsabit, Moyale. The people are nomadic herdsmen, and their life revolves around water. They keep moving up to a staggering 300 kilometers from their manyatas, meaning villages, in search of water. The Salesian Mission of Kor in the Kaisu Desert, established in 1980, has been reaching out to the deprived and needy people living in the several manyatas dotting the desert landscape and assisting them in their grim battle for survival. Kor and the whole of the northern region of Kenya, most of which comes under the Marsabit County, have been suffering from a very severe drought which has destabilized and devastated the lives of people. The wells and lagas, rivers, have dried. Consequently, mothers have nothing to cook, children suffer from malnutrition and drop out of school. Hungry and dehydrated, they fall prey to a host of ailments, some of which one cannot even mention due to human decency. Water is essential for all human activities, indeed for all life. In extreme cases, the manyatas even begin to break down, resulting in mass displacement of the people. The water in the Kor region is salty, yet people drink it purely due to the lack of any better alternative. With many wells having dried up, drawing water up the few remaining deep sources is nothing short of the adventurous. Besides, There is always a threat of the drought persisting, and even these remaining sources are drying up. When the men are away with the herds, the women travel long distances to collect water. Sadly, even the water they find are not always potable. Still, having some water brings with it great joy, and with it some hope. A few containers of water carried back help to soothe the barren dryness of their homes. There are bore wells earmarked for the animals, but here the water is strictly rationed. The goats are watered once in 4 days and the camels once in 2 weeks. The lack of rains has also contributed to massive loss of livestock, and this in turn has undermined the livelihood of those who depend on them for economic and food security. The people rely on their animals for survival, not just the meat, but also the milk and the blood, which provide for that much needed intake of fluids. Without rains, the animals get sick and die, and the people experience not only the debilitating loss of their way of life, but also their very source of survival. Cultivation is possible only where water flows. Without cultivation, food supplies dry up. In the core of today, nothing seems to grow except the scattered thorny bushes and some sturdy trees. Food is scarce, and most survive on a single meal a day. Dehydrated and starved as they are, the mothers have no milk to provide to their suckling babes. Water is crucial for all human activities. Lack of water leads to a number of health issues as well. The standard levels of cleanliness cannot be maintained. Regular baths and even the washing of hands become luxuries. Normal bodily functions and personal hygiene collapse. The worst affected in all such situations are the women. This cruel cycle is likely to repeat itself in Kor. The need of the hour is prevention of drought and the providing of sustainable long-term solutions through water harvesting and taking steps to provide bore wells, water tanks, and similar facilities. Time is indeed running out, and the people of Kor are in urgent need of humanitarian support to survive. The situation is likely to persist and even to deteriorate over the coming months. The next rains are due only in October, but experience proves that even these are not guaranteed. The people of Kor need water, food and medicine to tide over the crisis and to survive this cruel cycle of suffering. The Kor mission is the first Salesian presence in East Africa. The Nirmala Dasi sisters from Thrissur, Kerala, India, joined them in 1983. Together and tirelessly, they have been striving to uplift the people, especially those of the Rendire and the Samburu tribes. The needs, however, are too complex, and the missionaries are caught up in a never-relenting whirlpool of everyday emergencies. When hit by acute drought, they too tend to lose their balance. Still, they plod on with true Christian fortitude. The mission provides drinking water to the nearby manyatas. It distributes provision for families, women and children in and around Kor. Maize, beans and oil are also provided for school children to prevent them from dropping out of school. The clinic operates on a 24/7 basis and provides all possible health services. The fathers and sisters are generally on the move with food supplies, medicine, and even cans to help people carry water home. The Kor mission extends to over 60 kilometers and provides for the people of Kor, Alusurwa, Boreiramia, Grunik, Bala, Langima, Lokichula, Mpagus, Farakorain, and Namare, all scattered at a distance of several kilometers from each other. In all, they total 4,805 households. The missionaries focus mainly on reaching the most vulnerable groups: women, children, the elderly, people with disabilities and sickness. No help is too small for a people struggling to survive the cruel vagaries of nature. The people of Kor are grateful for the support they receive and still believe that there is no drought of kindness in the more blessed regions of our world. Some drops of water and a few slices of bread saved can save a life in Kor. As always, it is the many little acts of kindness which form little rivers, flowing with tender notes of love, wiping out pain, and bringing on the smiles to the parched lips of the drought-hit people of Kor. The Lord reminds us even today, "When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink.